Once upon a time in the sunny, humid Florida Everglades, a group of eager but clueless amateur python hunters set off on a mission to save the ecosystem from the invasive snake menace. As they loaded their gear into a rickety airboat, old Hank, the self-proclaimed experiencer of all things wilderness, looked at his team and said, "Remember, folks, pythons can grow as long as a school bus. But don't worry, so can my fishing stories." Just as they pushed off into the marshy waters, a raccoon jumped into the boat, snatched a bag of chips, and scurried off, leaving the team wide-eyed. "I didn't sign up to chase raccoons," shouted Sally, who thought this would be a calm day of wildlife watching. Little did she know, she was in for much more. With their oversized sunglasses and sun hats that flapped in the wind like a pair of wings, they began their hunt. As they drifted deeper into the Everglades, they spotted a python lounging on a branch, looking as relaxed as a tourist on vacation. Operation Python Rescue was about to commence. "Okay, team. On the count of 3, we pounce," Hank instructed. But with a little too much enthusiasm, he accidentally stepped on the gas pedal, and the airboat launched forward like a rocket. Sally shrieked, "We're not hunting pythons. We're trying to become the next astronaut." They sped past the snake, who looked thoroughly unimpressed, and careened into a nearby cypress tree. After eventual recovery from their unintended joyride, they finally managed to spot another python, this one disguised under a pile of leaves. "Wait, are we sure that's a snake?" asked Trevor. "It looks like a really long zucchini." They all squinted. Yeah, if zucchinis had scales and a bad attitude. With all the stealth of giraffes on roller skates, they approached the zucchini. Just then, Hank slipped, losing his balance and landing elbow-deep in the mud. "I am one with the swamp," he proclaimed. The others burst into laughter, unable to keep straight faces, as Hank thrashingly flopped around like a fish out of water. Eventually, they managed to corner the python, but right as they were about to secure it, they heard a loud squawking sound. Out of nowhere, a flock of angry flamingos took flight, thinking they were the next episode of Survivor, Swamp Edition, Get Down, yelled Sally, as they ducked behind an old tree stump, desperately trying to contain their giggles while the flamingos squawked like cartoon characters. Now, pythons are known for their stealth, but these amateurs were on a roll. They finally got their hands on the snake but realized they hadn't thought about how to transport it. "Does anyone have a suitcase?" Trevor asked, looking around desperately. Sally shook her head. "What are we, vacationers in Python Land?" They all burst into laughter, picturing themselves at an airport check-in with a huge snake in a baggage cart, trying to explain why they were flying with a pet. In the end, they managed to catch a few pythons, but not without inflicting laughter-induced mishaps on one another. Hank ended up with a python draped across his neck, claiming he was now its official sighthound whisperer. The other hunters took pictures for proof that they could, in fact, be hysterically ineffective. As they made their way back, exhausted but fulfilled, they couldn't help but share a good laugh over their day. Who knew fighting off a species would turn into auditioning for a comedy special? Hank said, wiping mud from his brow. Indeed, in the wild, laughter is the best weapon, and their absurd adventure was a perfect reminder that sometimes the greatest bond you form in the Florida Everglades is through shared silliness, one python at a time.